Hey, I'm Anjali and I'm going to NYU.
And I'm Kilani, I'm going to Tulane University.
I'm Lamia, I'm a senior and I'm going to the University of Toronto.
I'm Sabrina, I'm a senior and I'm going to Loyola Marymount University.
My name's Gaurav, I'm going to Purdue.
And my name's Michael and I'm going to San Diego State.
University of Toronto was the first university I got accepted into, and so I had so much time to think about me being there because it was my second choice, and I had as soon as I got in there was such a long wait between when I got into my second university, and during that time I just got so excited about being in Toronto that I just ultimately could not picture myself anywhere else.
I knew I wanted to go to California because I just love the West Coast and I really like the weather there. And so that narrowed it down quite a bit. So I applied to a bunch of schools in California, and then out of the ones I got into, I really liked LMU because I liked the campus, and I had been there a couple times because my sister went there. She just graduated from there, so I just really liked the environment.
Well, I've never been to the US, so but I have a lot of family in New York, and so I knew that I wanted to be in New York.
Well, for me, I knew I wanted to play beach volleyball in college, so I narrowed down my university selections to whichever universities had beach volleyball in them. And as I was looking through all my options, I found Tulane University, and I never knew what it was before I started playing beach volleyball. And then I looked up their academic programs as well, and they had what I wanted to major in, and I found that they were a great school. And then when I went to visit there, I just fell in love with the campus of the city.
It's mainly based on location and basically based on my major. It's I'm doing health sciences, and at Purdue it's the second largest school, so that was a big factor when choosing a health sciences major.
For me, I basically looked more into the research and the programs that each college offered, YouTube videos on tours around the campus.
Well, personally, I never even visited any of the colleges that I applied to, so it's completely in the dark. But finding people that you know who are there is most helpful, and you get a lot of different people telling you different things about the university. So it's you should hear the good and bad and figure out what suits you best.
You should research a lot about the colleges you're looking into and make sure there's some kind of program you like, or that you really can envision yourself there. And especially think about the area, because you're going to be going off campus to go eat and go do other things. So make sure it's a place where you would like to live, and that you can see yourself studying and also having a social life.
I'd say don't limit your options. Even if you know, for example, if you know you want to go to New York, don't be oh, I only want to go to NYU, right? You kind of expanded to all the places. Do your research into places, even if you think they may not be that one place you've dreamed of going, just because you never know. For me, I didn't know what Tulane was till last year, and so I'm glad that I expanded into my research, and I found my dream school that way. So I think it's just important to not focus in too much.
Yeah, and it's definitely everyone tells you this, and you might not believe it, but it is not about the letters and your GPA and your grades. There is so much more to an application about what you do, the type of person you are, and all of that comes out in your Common App. Yeah, so that's definitely a big thing. And make sure your Common App essay is authentic and it shows yourself. And because for me, for example, I wrote so many Common App, so many different ones, and then one of them that I really liked, I gave it to so many people to read over, and then they got edited so much it wasn't mine anymore. And so I didn't submit that. Then I wrote a new one. I wanted it to be mine because I wanted to show the university who I am.
Get your apps done as soon as possible, because with work going on, classes, it just creeps up on you. If you just get that first deadline of November 1 out of the way.
With choosing college and stuff, don't just go off of what your parents want or what your friends are going and stuff. Genuinely research about where you want to go, because it's where you're going for your next 4 years of life.
I don't think this is so much a surprise, but it's just kind of something interesting that I realized along the way. But I think that don't worry too much, because you're gonna find a university, and the university is gonna find you in the same way. You're just gonna find a place where you belong. And so that's also kind of what I was saying with the whole don't limit your options, because you may find your place that way.
Don't think that you're not going to get in anywhere, because every day, you know, after like January, everybody's like, oh, I'm not gonna get in anywhere. My ED didn't happen. I'm not gonna get in anywhere. Like, you're definitely gonna get in somewhere. You're going to like Singapore American school. Don't stress out that much. And sometimes like early decision doesn't get through, but don't let that like discourage you in the future when you apply for your regular decision schools.
Visit more colleges because I visited like 7 to 8 colleges, but the one that I didn't visit is where I'm ending up going.
Definitely get used to visiting more colleges, see the campuses, and understand where you're going.
Oh, I'm gonna give a little heads up. When counselors say that something's like a reach or a safety, that is not true. Like, it's like I really like don't understand. It also depends a lot on what program you apply to, because some programs are so much more competitive and some are like not that competitive. It depends on where you go and what you're applying to do.
I think it's important to like choose where you want to go based off of your own personal choice. Like, don't let where other people are going or what other people are saying affect where you're leading towards, because at the end of the day it's going to be where you're going to go and study. So I think really listen to yourself and listen to your gut of where you want to go, no matter what other people are saying.